In the cool evening of May 17, 2024, the halls of the presidential palace in Ouagadougou were shattered by gunfire. An unidentified assailant fired at the presidential guards in what later became known as the Incident de Tir. Panic surged through the palace walls as the echo of bullets faded into the dusty twilight. Ibrahim Traoré, the revolutionary leader, vanished from public view. For 48 hours, the nation held its breath. The silence was deafening, and the rumors louder than any gunshot. Inside the palace just before the chaos, Captain Ibrahim Traoré had been meeting with a delegation of rural development ministers. His focus, irrigation projects in the Sahel region. His plan, to regreen the desert, to feed the poor. But destiny had other plans that evening. As tea was being served, a sharp sound cracked through the silence. Windows rattled. Guards barked orders. Within seconds, Traoré was ushered into the security corridor, surrounded by his elite team. Among them was Sergeant Alassane Bamba, a loyalist from Bobo Dioulasso, who had served with Traoré since the 2022 coup. It was Bamba who made the split-second call to seal the West Gate, reroute power to internal cameras, and coordinate the lockdown. "It's not a coup," he said. "Not yet." But someone just tested the doors. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Aminata Kabor, head of palace intelligence, raced to the surveillance room. What she saw chilled her. A lone figure with a short-barreled rifle, crouched near the south wall. He had fired once, missed, but his body language showed something deeper: desperation, maybe even martyrdom. "He wanted to die making a statement," she whispered. Across Ouagadougou, rumors exploded. The streets buzzed with paranoia. Social media lit up with posts claiming Traoré had been overthrown, that the French had launched an operation, that Wagner mercenaries had staged a double cross. Hashtags trended. Hashtag Traore dead. Hashtag Burkina burns. But the truth, as always, was stranger than fiction. Security Minister Mahamadou Sanou appeared briefly on national TV. Calm, firm, and cryptic, he said. "The president is safe. The republic is intact. But there are forces that still dream of the past." In those 48 hours, the capital experienced an eerie silence. Government offices closed early. Helicopters hovered. Some army barracks went dark. There was a sense, even among ordinary citizens, that the country had peered over the edge of something terrible. And yet, it had not fallen. Back at the palace, Traoré convened a war council. Generals, ministers, intelligence chiefs. They reviewed the footage, debated the assailant's identity. Was he a radical jihadist? A foreign-trained saboteur? Or, worse, a former Burkina soldier turned traitor? No one could say for certain. But one thing was clear: the attempt was symbolic. A warning shot. A challenge. Traoré, in that meeting, said just one line: "We must not blink. If we blink, we bleed." Meanwhile, the assailant's body was recovered from near the south gate, shot by palace guards. No ID, no documents. Only a crude tattoo of a broken AK-47 with the words "Liberté ou mort" inked across his chest. Analysts suggested it could be tied to exiled paramilitaries or mercenary factions from neighboring Mali. No group claimed responsibility. As the days passed, Burkina media remained mostly silent, but underground forums speculated heavily. Some claimed the attack was staged, a false flag, to justify future crackdowns. Others believed it was a serious breach covered up to protect national morale. In truth, it was both less and more than anyone imagined. By the third day, Traoré appeared on live television, calm, defiant, wearing his usual camouflage and red beret. "I remain," he said, "because Burkina Faso remains. The enemies of the people fire bullets, But we answer with unity. His speech electrified the nation. Students marched in support. Market vendors raised flags. The opposition, even those in exile, issued statements condemning violence. For once, a nation divided stood together. And yet, deep in a dim room, Lieutenant Aminata Kabor played the footage again, slowed it frame by frame. There, behind the assailant, for a fraction of a second, another figure moved in the shadows, unarmed, watching, observing, and then disappearing. She leaned forward. He wasn't alone, she muttered. This discovery set off a new internal operation, Project Sentinel. A complete audit of palace staff. A review of past communications. For weeks, nothing emerged. But then an intercepted message. A whisper of a name. Colonel Idrissa's